It says you're going live. I'm live. And I'm live. That's what's up. So I'm going to go through 12 of these really quickly, and sum up everything for everyone. Aries, you are in your 8th house. And for those of you who do not know, the 8th house is all encompassing of property, sex, transformation, real estate, inheritance, and bonding. So if there is a discrepancy in bonding, let's find out the whys of how this is going on. If there is a discrepancy in bonding, someone either had a desire for you to definitely ask them something or something of that nature. And that is what's coming in here as a reason for this discrepancy, this hold up in bonding. Understood? Pisces, you're in your 7th house of relationships. You're in your 7th house. And if there's something going on that you don't understand within a relationship, why it's being challenged, understand that you possibly had a bad plan. You were going about doing things in a way that maybe it was working for you, but maybe it wasn't working for somebody else. So that is something to consider here. Leo. Leo, you are in your 12th house of dreams. Why did you have a dream? If you're wondering why you had a dream, it could have everything to do with your strength. If you had a dream about someone, maybe this is someone who you never even looked at as relationship material. Maybe the person was nice, but maybe you just didn't feel that extra attraction with that person. Maybe something wasn't appealing to you because you're attracted to something different. Maybe this person didn't have something different. Maybe you didn't know this person's personality for all of the wonder that any personality surely holds, but you just didn't connect because you knew of the person, but you didn't know them in depth. They could have had what you wanted, but you didn't know them like that, so you didn't know. Maybe you wanted someone who could make you laugh. Maybe you wanted someone who had drop dead gorgeous eyes in your opinion, different than everyone else's eyes. So if you were around people, most of them had blue eyes. Maybe this person had green eyes. Maybe this person had green or blue eyes, and you were around most people with brown eyes. Or it could be someone with brown eyes and you were around people with blue and green eyes. Whatever it was that made you stop in your tracks, this person didn't have it, but you dreamed about this person. If you dreamed about this person, it's all about courage. Something about your dream is meant to give you courage to pursue, to move ahead, to either stop thinking about this person or either move forwards in a way that no one expects and go after what you want. If that's not the case, maybe not going after this person because it's not going to end in a positive way for you. Maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to see them as just a part of the landscape, a part of the green of trees, the blue of the sea, the brown of dirt, the brown that's represented in friendliness, whatever it is. This is your strength to move on. And if you dreamed about someone who you really did like, who really did stand out, but you're not with this person, it's still all about strength for you. You know, maybe you like this person. Maybe you're obtaining what you desire in your dreams. Maybe it all ends there. Maybe it doesn't. You have to decipher that. But I'm letting you know now it's all about strength while you are in your 12th house of dreams. Leo, you are in your 12th house of dreams. It also entails poetry. Your 12th house entails imagination. Your 12th house, it's all about things like secrets. I'm talking about dreams at this point in time because that's what I'm feeling is something that needs to be discussed. Aquarius. You are in your 6th house of routines. If your routine is in a place where it could be threatened, there could be something political or something religious that is trying to make itself known. It's speaking to you, speaking to your heart, Aquarius. It could be something that you could benefit from learning. And that's why things may be shifting in an area where you have a certain routine or you've declared that something is going to become a routine or is happening out of the blue, interrupting your routine in any way, shape, or form. It's coming across as something that's been done before, either by a different person or, you know, this person did this with someone else, whether they are spending time with you out of the blue or it's something purposeful. This is something this person has done before. And you can learn being in your 6th house presently of routines and health. Capricorn, you are in your 5th house. What's going on with you? Okay, I do want to say that being in your 5th house is all about self-expression. It's about play. So anything that is standing out when you're trying to play and do stuff like that, this is all about a deepening of emotions. You being in a place where you can catapult your feelings in a way that would otherwise be unlikely if that's what you want to do. And that is what's showing up here with you being in your 5th house. Cancer, you are in your 11th house. What does your 11th house entail? Well, your 11th house is all about tradition and sudden experiences, sudden things that go down, and achievements. So if you want to achieve something, you know, you could put it out there into the universe. That's what I'm gathering here. Because this is all about being able to elaborate, speak up on something, and you can put it out there. And you're aware of that. I feel that you're aware of that. And this is your confirmation right here. So if something different, something out of the way is going on, talking about it is definitely going to help you feel better. And you can rest assured with that. Sagittarius, you're in your 4th house. Why are you experiencing something going on in your 4th house that's related to recuperation? Your 4th house is all about privacy, children, and your concerns. Maybe you need a rest. Maybe you need a break. Maybe you need to let down your guards. And maybe that's the only way in which you're going to feel better. You don't need to stress yourself out. Sometimes you need to let your faith do the work. why not? If your faith is very important to you, Sagittarius, here is where you can lay down your burdens completely and experience the joy now that you hope to attain in the future. If not now, then when? As it's said. Scorpio, you're in your third house. What's going on in your third house? And why is it going on? Here's your pathway. It's coming up loud and clear. There is local travel that is being stimulated. So if someone wants you to do something, if you're challenged in going somewhere because things are a certain way, there's a reason for that. If you're not meant to do something, that could be what's coming up. If there's someone who is being interjected into your path, you can think about it. I mean, there's this story in a very well accepted book that is speaking of someone who was on a certain pathway, and a prophet came out and said something to them, because this prophet would just all of a sudden felt the need to go and say this. Okay, this is something that the person needed to heed, because the person was on a pathway somewhere, and this was applicable to what was going on. It's not always, I mean, this was very important, because it's not always that someone says, okay, you're about to do this, but understand it's about to be this kind of way. I mean, you may not have faith in that way. You may not have faith in that direction, but then there's also another story in the same book that applies. This other person wasn't warned. No prophet said, hey, what you're trying to do is not fixing to go down. But what they ended up doing was affecting the lives of many other people who had no direct influence, no direct connection to this other being who they were trying to affect, this other person who they were trying to stop. So they had people in their families who suffered, and this other person walked away free to their destinies. Why? Because there was something that did not apply on this person's path. You can affect what's meant for you to affect. Otherwise, that is something divine that is going to go down right there. And that's all she wrote on that, or all he wrote, however you look at it. Whether you're on that sexist path or not, any of you, okay? So you have it. Yes. All right. So if you don't need to go somewhere, it's because you're not going to be able to affect something. You're not going to be able to influence something. And there's really no need for you to go that way, because it's a waste of time for you, a waste of your breath. Someone's already set, hell-bent in some way, shape, or form. And that's something I want to let you know right here and now. Don't worry about it. Libra. Libra, you are in your second house. The second house is all about physical environments. The second house pertains to things that you value. There is something in your physical environment. If you are having an issue, it's all about you conquering something. Maybe conquering something is going to entail something else that you're not really figuring. It may be a surprise. It may be something you didn't see coming. It may be something that once you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to be able to conquer with this, a value system. You're going to feel better in some way. things are going to be swapped out in a way to where it's going to click in a much better way than it would click otherwise. Possibly the only way that it'll be able to click for you. And so embracing that is going to help you to see something more clearly. Rest assured. Virgo. Balance. Virgo, you are in your first house. Your first house is all about first impressions. If you want to balance something that's going on or help someone balance, even if you don't want to balance, something going on with a first impression is going to, you may feel like, oh, is this person like this? Then you'll think back to a first impression that you had of someone else and realize it didn't end up like this. It was incorrect for you. You looked at someone one way, and in the end, you ended up looking at them in another way. That's because people have many facets to their personalities, many facets to what's going on with them. And at any given time, they could be going through something that is totally different than when you met them. And that's going to stand out to you a lot. It's going to help you to understand and not necessarily be weary, but understand that there could be something else at work when you encounter someone, and to take that into consideration. So if something is going around your 10th house, understand that sitting back, relaxing, and looking at it in a different perspective can possibly be helpful during this time. In fact, definitely be helpful. The 10th house is all about corporations, traditions, things of that nature. So if there's something going on and traditionally it's unacceptable, someone is trying to say, I know you usually do this, but this is happening, you got to reconsider. Take note of that. If you can split yourself and do two things, hey, all the better. But there will be a learning experience that is enhanced as you relax into something that's going on. It will open your eyes to something in a big way. Taurus, you're in your 9th house. What's going on in your 9th house? There's some inexperience coming through. You may be on top of a lot of your game, but this is all about luck. Luck, risk, and adventure is coming in here. Religion is coming in here. There could be something testing you in regard to these things, one or all of these things going on. So your expansion, your growth is possible. Understanding things on a more comprehensive level, that's all coming in. And understanding why you were lucky enough or unlucky in any one sense. Making sense of it to yourself. That's something that's coming in here for you, Taurus, during this time while you're in your 9th house. Obtaining knowledge that can help you feel settled, that can contribute to your adoration of moving forward in a positive way, full of expectations, with that positive attitude that draws people to you. Yes. And that is a wrap for this session. This is all about astrology, horoscopes, and the tarot together to make sense of things that are happening And I hope that you have enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button on your way out if you feel the notion. Peace out.